Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I've learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And I'm sitting outside to film this video because I had so much fun the other day filming my video outside. I don't feel great today, but I haven't really been outside a whole lot, so I have my scarf on, I have my puffy coat on, I have my mittens, and I am ready to read the first meditation of 2019. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos outside, a lot of videos in nature. I have a lot of ideas for videos about like law of attraction, manifesting your destiny, a lot of videos of things that I don't often talk about on here because I've done so much about meditation, staying positive, staying serene, and all that kind of stuff. But I want to kind of take it to the next level of some things that I really believe in, how to manifest happiness, things like that. So, you know, accomplishing your dreams, making all your dreams come true, living the best life you could possibly want. So that's a lot of what I'm going to be doing in 2019 on this channel. I hope you guys stick around. It means so much to me that you guys watch the videos on this channel. I love doing this channel so much. I have so much fun, and every day I sit down and I kind of like go through all my meditations and figure out which one I'm going to read for the day or what I want to talk about that I feel really inspired about for that day. So I'm going to get into the meditation. It's actually from yesterday, and it is the new year, but I thought it was so appropriate being that it is the new year, and so since the meditation surrounding that, I thought, well, this will be a good one to start on. So it is from The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beatty, and it goes something like this. The new year, January 1st. Make New Year's goals. Dig within and discover what you would like to have happen in your life this year. This helps you do your part. It is an affirmation that you're interested in fully living life in the year to come. Goals give us direction. They put a powerful force into play on a universal, conscious, and subconscious level. Goals give our life direction. What would you like to have happen in your life this year? What would you like to do, to accomplish? What good would you like to attract into your life? What particular areas of growth would you like to have happen to you? What blocks or character defects would you like to have removed? What would you like to attain? Little things and big things. Where would you like to go? What would you like to have happen in friendship and love? What would you like to have happen in your family life? Remember, we aren't controlling others with our goals. We are trying to give direction to our life. What problems would you like to see solved? What decisions would you like to make? What would you like to happen in your career? What would you like to see happen inside and around you? Write it down. Take a piece of paper, a few hours of your time, and write it all down. As an affirmation to you, your life, and your ability to choose. Then let it go. Certainly, things happen that are out of our control. Sometimes these events are pleasant surprises. Sometimes they are of another nature. But they are all a part of the chapter that will be this year in our life and will lead us forward in the story. The new year stands before us like a chapter in a book, waiting to be written. We can help write that story by setting goals. Today I will remember that there is a powerful force motivated by writing down goals. I will do that now for the year to come and regularly as needed. I will do it not to control, but to do my part in living my life. And the reason that it talks so much about control in this is because this is about, you know, codependency and letting go of the need to control and things like that. And I think, you know, it's such a great idea of setting goals. I did a whole video on here about it, like setting my goals for the next year. And I talked at length about this actually in my vlog last night. Let me put the book back there. I talked about it at length last night on my vlog about the, you know, making goals for the year ahead, and that what I typically do is I typically make about 5 to 10 goals. And I was joking that there was a couple years ago, I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago, that I like got this notebook and I had like a page or two for like, you know, like personal goals and then physical goals and like professional goals and family goals and sobriety goals and all this kind of stuff. And it was so overwhelming that every time I went and I looked at it, I was like, I just can't do this. This is too much, you know? And I was talking to Alex last night. It's funny because he is going over to his best friend's house tomorrow night, and they're going to do vision boards. And I used to love to do vision boards too, and I think they're a really fun way to kind of like get inspired. And if you don't know what that means, is you just get like a poster board or anything, and you know, you like write down what you want for the year to come or your goals in life, and you can take pictures out of magazines, anything. You can make it as whatever you want, and it's something just to go look at. For me, I look more at lists. Lists really help me. I feel actually kind of like outside right now. I feel like kind of like a news correspondent, like CNN or something. But anyway, you know, and it was interesting because when I was talking to Alex last night, he said, it's not so much about the goals as it is the intention behind the goal. Like, you really need to take a look, you know, and this is what his family does. And every year, like I've talked about on here, on New Year's, they always write their goals down for the year to come and things like that, you know, and then he looks at them. He usually writes them down on a napkin. I don't know why. But then the year later, he looks at those goals. And he said, you know, it's really about the intention behind the goal. So, like, for example, you know, like, if your goal is, like, for me, if my goal is I want to be in the best shape of my life, you have to look at the intention behind that. Like, what is the intention? Like, why is that important to you? Because if you don't understand why that goal is important to you, and I totally agree with this, and if you don't understand why that goal is important to you, then you don't really understand why you're trying to achieve that goal. So we have to kind of find the intention or the motive behind that goal as well, you know? And then I think the other thing is, the reason why I keep mine short is because I also like to do measurable goals. And for me, and I talked about this at length last night in my video as well, that, like, for example, like, if my goal is, like, I want to be in the best shape of my life this year, right, by the end of the year, then I have to be very, very, you know, careful to follow measurable goals. And what I mean by that is that has to be a certain weight that I want to achieve. You know, it has to be, like, certain inches of, like, waist and things like that. But then on top of that, I also want to be, like, you know, go to the doctor and have all of my tests be in flying colors, you know, like my cholesterol be a certain level and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, the way that I eat is a big part of that. By the end of this year, I want to be eating a certain way, you know, and I talked about that on my vlog last night as well. And I think it's important, you know, but for me, if I have more than 5 or 10 goals, I get lost in the goals. So I have to make 5 or 10 goals that are kind of different, that aren't, you know, specific to any certain thing. And then I have to kind of, you know, be like, put action to the goal. And then I have to make sure that I'm looking at that list on a daily basis. Sometimes, you know, 3, 5, 10 times a day. You know, I really am a firm believer in The Secret and the whole idea of law of attraction. But if you don't really know what you're trying to attract and you're not putting action to it and keeping it alive in your mind, it's never going to happen. So we have to make sure that we are, you know, like, looking at it on a regular basis, reminding ourselves what our goals and our dreams are, and asking ourselves, what action did you put to that goal today? And I think that is vital for anything that we do. So, have you made your list of goals yet for 2019? I have not. I'm going to sit down tonight and do that. That is my goal for tonight. And I actually just went and I got this, I was going to say address book. I went and I got this, like, calendar, and it's, like, huge, you know. It's huge, and it has, like, this huge section for each day, and I wrote underneath there, like, each day the things I want to accomplish for the day. So it's kind of where I'm going to keep my lists from now on, so that I can only have, like, daily lists of, like, 5 or 6 things. And one of my goals for today was to make my goal list for 2019 and get that on my phone and stuff like that, so I can start looking at that on a daily basis. So have you made your goals yet? If you haven't, you better get on it. Anyway, if you, like, I think it was last night in my vlog, I said, list one of your goals if you feel comfortable doing that in 2019. So if you feel comfortable, list one of your goals for 2019 in the comment section below. Inspire others. We will inspire you, and hopefully we can all achieve our dreams together and make 2019 the best year possible. One last thing I do want to say, it was interesting, like, last night when I was on my vlog, I was talking about how, you know, it's interesting at the end of the year, you look back on the year that you had, and it's like all this stuff has happened, and I was, you know, thinking to myself about, like, all the trips that we took and all the things that happened that I never expected to happen in 2019 or 2018, that had you told me on January 1st of 2018, like, this is going to happen, and you're going to go here, and you're going to go here, and this is going to happen, and you're going to meet this, and you're going to make this friend, because I made a lot of really great friends in 2018, and I'm so thankful for them, that, you know, I never would have seen that coming, you know, like, for example, just a small thing, but I started a book club this year that has over 900 members on it, you know, and I always wanted to be in a book club, but my social anxiety and my fear kept me from actually going into, like, a Barnes & Noble or a library. Can you guys see that? It's like it's cold out here. And actually joining a book club. So one day I was sitting around, and this is very much what happens to me, because I'm an ideas guy, so I think, you know, I'm going to do this, and I was sitting here and I was like, I'm going to start my own book club. And so I went over to the computer and I got on Goodreads and I just started a book club, you know. And then I think that was like in March or April, and now here it is, 2019. It has 900 members, and we're reading A Year of True Crime over there, and we've turned it around. And I made one of the greatest friends in my entire life that I've ever had, Mel, who is she keeps on getting promoted. She was a book club assistant. Now she was a book club vice president, and now she is the co-owner of the book club. So, you know, it's very, very cool how things unfold organically and happen in our lives. So 2019, to some degree, is a clean slate with the history that we know inside of us from the years previously. So it's kind of exciting, isn't it? Because we don't know the things that are going to happen in the year to come. And there's going to be some tragedy and there's going to be some sadness. But at the same time, there's going to be some glory and there's going to be some joy and some happiness. And I think that 2019, I have just a gut feeling that this is going to be such a great year. And I think a lot of it also is perspective. And if we go into the year thinking that it's going to be one of the best years that we've ever had, it's going to be one of the best years that we've ever had. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.